Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. I thought it would be neat for me to do what I call my top 10 picks for blockchain Superbowl commercials. I've been saying all year that mainstream pop culture adoption is you're going to be wrapped in advertising, just like happened back during the dot-com bubble. You couldn't even look in a direction without seeing .com commercials everywhere, all forms of advertising. And I've shown you as different advertising has popped up in different places, you're beginning to see blockchain advertisements on subways, and Gemini was doing it on the streets of New York on cabs and buses, and we've seen people that filming commercials that have not been released yet. So I wanted to give you what I can, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to give you what I think the top 10 potential commercials would be, companies that I think are the highest, most likely to have a commercial during this Super Bowl tonight. So I thought this would be pretty interesting for you. This is my 10th. We're starting with number 10, and that is Ripple. I didn't think it would be right for me to do this without including Ripple. Ripple is not included because I really believe that they would do a blockchain commercial. They're included because I think that they're one of the handful of blockchain companies that has the gunpowder to have a Super Bowl commercial done. The reason I'm not as I don't think it's as likely is because Ripple is not a consumer-facing company. In other words, it's more of a business enterprise software. It's business to business. And so because they're not trying to speak directly to the consumer, I don't think that it would be the type of thing they would do. That's just my opinion. Okay, next up, I also think that Bonnets is a lot less likely to do it. Bonnets is conquering the world with their current plans and the way they're going, the way CZ Bonnets, the CEO of Bonnets, has been going about things, has been highly successful, and his focus has not been as much, from what I've seen, on the United States, but instead other parts around the world. The guy's been to Liechtenstein, Malta, Singapore, you name it, this guy has been there, but his focus has never been the United States. So I include them because they've got the gunpowder, but I just don't see them. I see them being a lot less likely. But they're one of the bigger shows in the blockchain business. The third one is a very interesting pick. This is Tron. I picked this one because Justin Sun, the CEO of Tron, is the most aggressive marketer in the blockchain business, from what I can tell. I believe he's got the gunpowder to do a Super Bowl commercial. I know for a fact that in the past he has advertised Tron in Times Square. This is the kind of thing that Justin Sun gets off on, is doing big marketing splashes. And so something about him just makes me think that this is the type of thing that he would do. And Tron has really been coming on strong. They've been gaining in their price in the last few months. So this is a possibility, but it comes in at number 7. Number 8, the reason I'm choosing number 8 is this is one of the major digital asset exchanges that is opening up in the United States. So the United States is their target market. And if you look, they are, let me see, I think it was on this first page. Here's their investors. They are backed by major folks. And I just went past it. Oh, come on. Okay. CBOE, NASDAQ, Fidelity, Ameritrade. These guys have the gunpowder to put out a commercial and start getting some attention. And they're going to be opening they're going to be opening their platform in 2019, and so they could easily be a company that is wanting to start to get some eyeballs looking at them. Gemini comes in at one, two, three, four. Gemini comes in at number 5. Gemini, I've shown you the advertisements. They've been advertising in New York City, and sometimes when you see advertising like that going on, it's an indication that they're working with an advertising agency and they're starting an entire advertising run. And so we've seen this month what they've been doing in New York. I don't know if Gemini is big enough. I mean, I know they're big enough, and the Winklevoss brothers have done well enough with Bitcoin where they could easily do something like this. I think Gemini, they're located in New York City. Gemini could easily be a Super Bowl commercial contender. Coming in at number 6. Sorry. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm going to get this number right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Coming in at number 5. Okay, yes. Coming in at number 5 is Coinbase. I don't really have to expound on that other than to say that Coinbase has been around longer than any of these exchanges. They have the first mover advantage. They certainly probably have the gunpowder to do something like this. And so I'm putting them in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, who's even a bigger show, Circle. Remember, Circle is partially owned by Goldman Sachs, and Circle owns Poloniex, which is a crypto exchange. Circle has an OTC wing. Circle is also working on tokenization of everything. Circle is one of the larger companies in the space, so they come in at number 4. Next, Fidelity Digital Assets comes in at number 3. We know that they announced this week, I think that they're supposed to be, their exchange is supposed to be opening somewhere around March. Okay, so these guys have a reason that you might see them advertising. Coming in at number 2, Bakkt Exchange. We know this is owned by the New York Stock Exchange. Bakkt is supposed to be the biggest thing ever to hit in blockchain when it hits. Bakkt is going to be, it's literally backed by the New York Stock Exchange and some of the most powerful people on Wall Street. The rumors are that the JP Morgans and some of the largest financial firms like Morgan Stanley will be doing their buying and trading through Bakkt's platform. This is a huge thing that's coming. So they come in at number 2 on my list. Coming in at number 1, the most likely to run a Super Bowl commercial is Grayscale. Grayscale, remember, is owned by the Digital Currency Group, which is run by Barry Silbert, the most connected man in blockchain. And Barry Silbert, back in December, had tweeted this, where Grayscale, and this is the reason I chose them, we know for a fact that on December the 8th, Grayscale was filming their series of commercials. They call it a series. Right here, filming started today for a series of Grayscale Invest TV commercials. They haven't run those commercials yet, I don't think. Well, what if one of these is, because I think this is on the streets of New York, it's very possible that could be a Super Bowl commercial. So now you have them. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that Grayscale is the #1 pick for a potential Super Bowl commercial. Thank you for listening.